Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our special Halloween video game madness fun time. I appreciate everybody joining me on this holiday occasion, and as you can see, we're going to play some House of the Dead Overkill. Now, this is of course the extended cut version available on PC. That also includes the typing in the Dead Overkill, but we're going to go bang bang shoot 'em mode. Because that's what's fun. I'm going to go ahead and let you see for a second here that yes, I have beaten this game. So we are playing in New Game Plus mode, which means we get the super butt kicking guns. I like to go hand cannon, and then there's my buddy. No, not the minigun. It's a little too overkill. Yeah, we'll do SMG. But yeah, I have all the guns unlocked, all fully upgraded, so this will be a good time. Is it? No, I don't know. We could go minigun, but yeah. Here's all the little guns. That's your standard starter one. Shotgun, automatic shotgun, SMG, assault rifle, minigun. So, but yeah, you get the option to dual wield after you beat the game, so it's good times. For those of you who saw my rambling video earlier this year where I discussed the House of the Dead series, as I pointed out, this is not... Woo, yep, there you go, right there with those captions. This is not a game that is for little children, besides the whole crazy mutants. They're not called zombies. That is a running joke. I really didn't highlight this in the original video, but throughout the franchise, the creators did not like the term zombie because they felt that zombie was kind of cliche and didn't really accurately reflect what they were trying to do with the game series. So in the core series, they call them creatures. In this game, because it's kind of a spin-off and debatable canon, they went with mutants. And it's a bit of a running gag that Detective Isaac Washington here keeps trying to call them zombies, and our buddy Agent G, the most appearing character in the entire House of the Dead franchise, keeps correcting him. It is a mutant outbreak. So, we're going to play first couple levels or so here. I don't know, we'll just play for a while, enjoy ourselves. And have a good time. See, I like the hand cannon as my primary because there's basically a one-shot kill no matter where you hit them, whereas, God, get my reflexes built up here real quick. I haven't played this game for a little while. But yeah, with the hand cannon you can one-hit kill pretty much everything in the game. I've got it set for rapid loading here. Oh, this is cool. Haha, slow motion mode. So even with the regular gun you can tear through people and kick butt without having to worry about getting attacked. And the longer you go without missing any shots, the bigger a bonus you get. And I'm not worried about the stack of money because I've unlocked everything. I don't need the cash. But, boom, bonus item. I don't have the game 100%ed because I don't have all the items unlocked, like the little soundtrack and the image gallery. But as I said, I have beaten the story mode. I have not beaten it on like hard mode and director's cut where you have all these special missions. But you know what? It's all good. Reload, shoot you. And shoot you, and shoot you. We are not scared of the mutants that look like zombies, as opposed to Marvel mutants, which are usually quite alive and coincidentally really good looking people. Like, you ever notice that? With the X-Men there, it's like mutants are always either like super crazy, not obviously human, or like really good looking humans. Which I know is a trope going, you know, throughout superhero-dom, that superheroes in general are just really good looking people. But you would think with mutants and the whole genetic lottery thing, especially in the modern age, they would... Oh, get my health pack. You know, they would kind of push more towards defying that trope and being like, no, we're gonna just draw these characters as... Yeah, I should have shot him first. He was quicker moving. As, you know, average looking. Because there's nothing wrong with that, folks, you know. I'm an average looking person. I think I make pretty good do. God. I'm actually kind of embarrassing myself today. Even with the super gun, like, these games are not necessarily automatic wins. Boom. Boom. Reload. Yeah. I kind of, you know, if you don't upgrade the hand cannon, it's actually really slow to reload. But you know, that's kind of the fun thing of it all, is it's like, hey, we're gonna take this gun that is already eliminates a lot of the hassle of these games, because if you've never played these kind of House of the Dead shooter games, if you don't get a headshot, it usually takes a couple bullets to kill something. So it's very easy in crowd shots to run out of bullets and get attacked while you're trying to reload. Woo! Big old boys. We got some big old boys here. So... Oh! Save the civilian! House of the Dead cliche! Bam! Woo! Mass points. But yeah, it's really easy if you have to shoot something 2-3 times to... Ah! Rolling head! You know, as I said, to get mobbed by a crowd and lose a life real quick. So that's the big appeal of the hand cannon. You know, shotgun's pretty good. Oh, no civilian safe. Careful here, because you can actually... Yeah, see... I was thinking my shots out too much. Because you can shoot the civilian yourself if you don't aim around them, and that's kind of the problem with that angle there. See, I hate these mutants. I was telling you not to use the Z word. Little bit of meta joke thrown back to the core series, that they were always creatures officially. Remember that, folks. You run and hide under your bed. You are not hiding from zombies. Officially, there are no zombies in the House of the Dead franchise. They are creatures and occasionally mutants. Yeah, see, my aim was awful right there. I think I was hitting the door frame. Bye-bye. So, yeah, besides the fact that this game takes place in the past of a couple decades ago is it was, besides debatable canon, in theory it was meant to be a prequel to the first House of the Dead, but it's highly debatable canon, and it was made by different staff. Than the core franchise. So, you know, it's mostly considered, it's considered a spin-off, but if one wanted to, speaking of Marvel Comics here, no prize it, and yeah, so I got my ultra-violence upgrades here. You could rationalize that it does fit in the main timeline if you wanted, but yeah, what I was starting to say was, besides taking place in, I think it's, you know, well before 2020, because of course this game came out in the earlier 2000s to start with, originally for the Nintendo Wii. Oh, hold on. Haha. Get my slow-mo. Make saving the civilian even easier. Yeah, see, you need to not be in my line of fire there. I appreciate it. Don't you? See, he tries to get you right at the end. You think you're set, and then it's like, nope. He's still twitching even with your hand cannon. It's a cinematic, pre-programmed second shot thing. Very tricky. But it's all good. It's good times. But yeah, this is that, as I was saying in my video about the House of the Dead franchise in general, this is the grindhouse cinema influence that they used on this one game to make it more stand out, which is part of where all the profanity comes into. I think the game still holds the record, but when it came out, it actually set the record for most amount of profanity used in a video game. 90% of it coming from the character of Detective Isaac Washington. But yeah, besides the time period of the past, a couple F-bombs from Papa Caesar there. Do not threaten his sister. But yeah, it's set in the backcountry bayou regions of Louisiana. So it's got a lot of jokes about rednecks and hicks and all that. So, fun times. Alright. So this is where we switch over to the SMG for the bosses. Again, super fast load on this. Heat in the brain. Because since bosses are not going to one-hit kill no matter what you do, I figure might as well just spray and pray. Oh. Yes, the quick time event here. Oh, I love infinite ammo, even if you have to stop to reload. There we go, start fresh. Poop. Up. See, little slow on the draw. I shoot you in the head. Run, run, run. Oh, there we go. Health back. Ah. Get my health. Oh, quick down that. That's the big advantage of the spray and pray, is things like that object where it's a matter of quantity of bullets, not quality of your shot. So oh, there we go. Come on, almost there, almost there. There we go, got him. But yeah, this game is definitely more of a light-hearted, dark humor, rated R style kill the zombie game. So, you know, we do recommend that you try to cut the game a little slack. And, of course, the fun little cut sequences with the character development. Whee! It's the aforementioned Varla! Because, of course, when you're doing Grindhouse, rated R inspired games, you have to have the scantily dressed, morally ambiguous female. Which is all good fun. So, because this is based off the extended cut, which was done when they ported the game to other consoles and the PC after it did pretty well on the Wii, they added 2 levels where you actually play as Varla Guns, and introduces her friend as the second player, who I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for you. And same secret I usually get on that level. Didn't find either one of the comics, didn't find the figurine, didn't find either poster. Because I don't look for that kind of stuff. Like, I could probably get a lot of these unlockables if I had a buddy playing with me. So we could... Alright. Yeah, see, this is one of the extra levels here, so... That's Varla's buddy Candy, who... Yep, gonna keep the same gun layout. Who they'll show you in a minute here in the cutscene is... or was Jasper's girlfriend. And she's the typical dumb blonde, you know, not a thought in her head type thing. So it's all good fun, especially on Halloween. You know, it's a fun holiday. You get to dress up. You get to, you know, do a little role play as somebody else. Just forget yourself and your own troubles for a night. It's good fun. Candy Striper, just your average girl next door. So, my special little chair bear. Yeah. That's why we do stuff like this on Halloween, because, you know what? That's what the holiday's all about. Just getting to, you know, safely and responsibly, of course, cut loose. And just really embrace the fact that for one night, you don't have to be yourself. You don't have to be the person with responsibilities, and you don't have to be the person with the worries. Whoop. You get to just go out and dress up as something you want to dress up as. Have some candy. You know, if you're old enough and you're into that, have some alcohol. It's good fun. Everybody should be able to find something in Halloween they enjoy. Whether it's hanging out and socializing with your friends. Whether it's going out and killing a bunch of horrible, inhuman creatures. Yeah, she's a little slow on the uptake. Or whether it is just plain classic Hollywood trope there. Knock the sense into them. Or if it's just sitting there on the couch and watching a bunch of creepy movies. Everybody gets to do what makes sense to them. Coco and Cindy! Everybody can have a nice holiday. I know this year, 2020, a lot of crazy stuff's going on. A lot of places aren't letting the kids go out trick-or-treating because you don't know if people are healthy and you're knocking on their door and getting close enough to them to have candy dropped into the bag. Yeah, it's a little awkward. But it's okay because the holiday is, as I said, a lot more than that. And there are ways you can continue to enjoy yourself, including watching this game through. Yeah. I like how in the cutscenes they show them using the shotgun and the assault rifle. Yep, we even got zombie strippers, folks. Because this game does not play around. Didn't I shoot you? Huh. I wonder if I got like some mouse sensitivity issues. Could have sworn I clicked. Ah, well. It'll be alright because I'm going to go ahead and tell you, folks. Here's the fun part. God, definitely being slow here. This game's got like infinite continues. You know, if you actually die, you just hit continue. It cuts your score in half, so I guess in theory, if you had like 0 points, it might not let you continue. But I mean, all you have to do is shoot like one zombie and you'll have some points to sacrifice. I beat the game on the original Wii before I eventually got the extended cut here on my... Oh, see, there was one of the comics. Just slow to grab it because I wasn't actively thinking to look out for it. But yeah, I went and got the PC version since it had the extended cut extra levels here. And no means no, bro. Come on. I know it's a strip club in the backwoods of Louisiana. But that is no excuse to be rude. But yeah, in the cutscenes, they show you, they show them using the shotgun and the automatic. But first time through the game, you're still going to use your basic Magnum, no matter what the cutscenes show. So it's kind of silly. That's okay. So yeah, as long as you can kill 1 or 2 zombies before dying, or, oh, excuse me, not zombies, see, I did it too, mutants, you can just keep playing this game until you beat it. Like, it's not one of these things where you are going to not be able to beat the game. As long as you have patience. And that is just... that was horrible. I have actually done that sequence without losing lives before. So, I'm going to apologize for not playing as good as I could or probably should. So... super slow mode. Still, this is a fun way to spend your Halloween. We're gonna save the world. This is fun. Watch. Bam! Ha ha ha! Oh, I love when they do stuff like that in the game. See, should have been ready to fire, but I was just playing around. Quick load! Save the day. See, even with my quick load, I almost got hit by that guy. That's what I'm saying, folks. You really have to get the upgrades for these guns because limited bullets in the hand cannon. So yeah, fun times. We're gonna kill mutants, abominations against nature, and we're gonna do it. See, there's one of the figurines. Because it's a fun way to spend the holiday. And I appreciate you spending the holiday with me. Oh, get over it. There we go. Get my grenades. Hold your fire. Boom. Boom. Yay, civilian rescued. Yeah, quarantine tank. Thank God I have not seen a quarantine tank in real life yet, myself. Because that is scary. Haha. Quicker. You're armed with a weapon. Oh, Mort Saloon. Oh, I think that was another collectible up on the dumpster. Farley's bike. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize. Again, as I said, normally I do try to play stuff that, you know, anybody can chill with, but, you know, it's just the nature of this game. I'm going to go ahead and be honest here, give you a little behind the scenes stuff. This was not my first plan of what to do for this Halloween special. Oh, boss time. But due to the fact that I'm not a super well trained expert on my recording software, now That there is not a good time. That there is a big old mutant. Ain't no shame in that, but you know, sometimes you just, when you use so much of a biggin, you can't really move too much. You might be just a tad too much of a biggin. Just need, you know, just shave a couple pounds off. You got it to spare. Alright, switch over to my... So yeah, that's the thing. You don't actually attack Big Girl herself. You attack the little one that loves to jump around. Come on, where you at? 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 Dang it. God. See, I don't know what's going on this time. Normally I can just... There we go. I was about to say, normally I can just blast this without much threat, but... Alright, where you at? Where you at, you little... You munchkin. You ugly mutant munchkin thing. So, yeah. I'm just gonna shoot you for the fun of it. But yeah, bosses, you definitely want to just... That's my recommendation if you decide to start playing this game, is go ahead and get you something with a fast rate of fire like this. There we go. Boom. Because you want to whittle away those the weak points as quick as possible. So get you something with a lot of shooting to it. And there we go. Thump. Alright, we got a little story time sequence here. Lots of gross, disgusting. But that's Halloween for you. Sometimes it's gross, disgusting, and creepy. It's not always just simple spooky. Yeah, I've always liked Halloween because I like the creativity inherent in just being able to go out and dress up and pretend to be somebody else for a little while. I like, you know, the social aspect of it. Even trick-or-treating. You know, you're going out, you're getting to know your neighbors. You're having nice little traditions. You go to parties. It's a good time. It's not just about the family like you would have with a Thanksgiving. And nothing against Thanksgiving. You know, I'm a fatty. Trust me, any holiday based around gorging yourself buffet style at a big old spread of a meal, hey, I'm all for that too. But you can't have that every holiday. You gotta have different holidays with different ideals and different traditions and rituals. So, we go and we do things like Halloween too. But besides that, as I said, you get into the supernatural and paranormal aspect. That's a lot of fun. Woo! It's something I've always loved. Alright, so... ballistic trauma. I've been reading about real life ghost cases since I was in, God, like 3rd, 4th grade. Definitely elementary school, because I remember doing ghost stuff and borrowing books from the library. So yeah, I'm going to say probably about 3rd grade's where I really started reading up on it. 4th, 5th grades where it cemented itself proper, but it was good times. You know, you get into ghosts, aliens, psychics, cryptids. It's all good reading. You know, I've said this before in different videos. I'm an open-minded skeptic because I'm big on science. I believe that anything that is a fact can be proven. Where I get, you know, into a thing with people is, you know, like, oh, well, they've never proven ghosts exist. I was like, well, we've never definitively proven it, no. But, you know, there's just enough cases in the world. Bad nurse. So give me those grenades. Give me those grenades. I want the... Go away, nurse. You're a bad zombie nurse. Well, not zombie, mutant nurse. Got to just remember, they do not self-identify as zombies. They are mutants. I'm going to shoot you in the butt. And rescue that civilian. But yeah, you know, my basic stance is that I have seen cases where something's in the hospital with me, stalking me. But I've seen stuff that, even with all the science that I know, I can't explain. I have seen stuff, and no, I'm not like super PhD scientist, and certainly I'm always willing to hear explanations from other people too, but you know, the basics of it is peg you, you're dead, peg you, you're dead again, and you're dead, you're dead. Shoot you, reload. But I mean, I've seen cases where, you know, they've had like photography and video experts look at this stuff, and you know, they're shrugging their shoulders. They're like, I can't tell you what it is. I can tell you it's not fake. And you know, that's how I look at science. It's like, okay, you've got something. You know this thing exists. You know, you've got this video. You examine it, you analyze it, you say, okay, this was not faked. You know, the video hasn't been altered. You know, the stuff hasn't been, you know, doctored from what we can see of it. It's not bad acting. And it's like, you cannot want to believe it's footage of a ghost. And I understand that, or a UFO. Not you know, a lot of people aren't comfortable with that idea that these things are out there, and that's fine. But at the same time, I don't like people that sit there and say, well, because science hasn't, boom, shoot the barrel, haha. Science hasn't proven it yet that it can't exist. Like, oh, they would have proven it if it was something that was scientific you know, if it was possible. Science would have already figured this out. I'm like, not really. Science is a very slow process, especially when it comes to something brand new. It's like, it's one thing if you're running an experiment because you already have this theory. Bam, get that figurehead. You know what you're looking for. You've got a plan for how you're going to try to look for it. I'm going to take the hit because I want to get my third grenade. So it's like, yeah, in those cases, sure, you can sit there and make pretty decent progress. But it's like, when something just shows up suddenly and you're having to go, okay, I don't know what this is, but people want answers, that takes a while. And when you have a lot of people dismissing that this is even worth researching, that makes it worse. Because a lot of people that are really smart and would be really good at figuring this stuff out aren't trying because they dismiss it. And that's a cultural thing, and that's bad. I'm going to be honest. Again, I've said this on a couple other videos here and there, but you know what? Nothing wrong with retelling stories. Because I don't know if everybody watching this video has watched every video I've put up on this channel. Oh, God, I hate these things. Oh, God, I hate these things. What the? Where'd they go? I think that was a glitch. Oh, well. Save the civilian. Boom, boom. Yay! But yeah, it's like, I have seen what to this day I can only explain as a ghost. Because I've, you know, and I've told story to different people. They've not been able to discuss it away. And these are regular civilians. Obviously, I haven't talked to like a super scientist or whatever, but I mean, these people have, you know, reasonable intelligence, but it's like, it's a thing that happened to me at some point, and granted, it was after I started getting into reading ghosts, so maybe my perception's a little biased, but that was another figurine I could have grabbed. Wasn't even paying attention. But I still stand by what I felt I saw, you know. And that's all good Halloween fun, which is why, you know, I've got kind of this thing, you know, like horror games like this, that's fine. These video games, these are for entertainment. We're all having a good time. I just instinctively tried to get the money. Hunting down all the mutant scum that's trying to kill me too. Rushing at me in your nurse's uniform, looking really creepy. Don't know what I'm gonna do, except I'm gonna kill you. 'Cause you want to kill me too. That's life. Yay. Ah, so many things hiding in the... I forget what those are called. The corpse drawers. The cadaver coolers. They're corpse sickles. I shot the wrong one. I'm going to shoot you too. Just because. Boom. Alright, hold on. I need to get... No, go back around. I need to get the health pack. It's money. I don't need money. Dang, I should have waited another half second for him to stand up fully. I'm not feeling too good. I might actually die on this level. Missed a couple of health packs. But that's okay, I got plenty of score. Yeah, I'm not doing good on this level. This is nowhere near my best playthrough of Ballistic Trauma. But yeah, like, I generally like a lot of horror video games. See boss time. But I'm always kind of 50-50 on horror movies. Just because it's kind of hard to say real quick. Hold on, let me kill the boss, because she's a little tricky. Finish off my drink here. The Sonic Screamer. Because every good game needs a screamer. Alright, switch over. She's a disappearing villain. Oh, see. This is what you collect the grenades for. Best way to deal with the crowd shield. Oh god, this is the one I hate. This is where she usually gets me. Because only one of those are real, and only one of those can you shoot to save your butt, so usually, oh god, this is gonna, okay, just got her. Yeah, because if she hits me once, I'm gonna die, and that would just be sad times. Alright, where are you hiding? There you are. Alright, come on, where you at? You're gonna do the 4, aren't you? Yep, she got me. Alright. Yes, continue. Well, we made it, what, almost through 3 levels before I died. Not too shabby for somebody that's never claimed to be a professional gamer. Even though I have played this game so many times. But you know what? Even these butt-kicking fighting game tournament winners tend to have off days. They may not admit to it, but I know they do. Because we're all human. And sometimes it's just the way it goes. Ah, sweet. I caught her on that one. But yeah, so yeah, what I was saying about the horror movies was I'm 50-50 on a lot of them, because there's, I mean, I like your old school slasher stuff, you know, big Nightmare on Elm Street fan. I like the, you know, Friday the 13th's good. The Halloween, well, some of the Halloweens. First couple Chainsaw Massacres. I like stuff like that. I like your creature features. It's like, oh, big mutated animal. It's like, look, long as you make some attempt at a plot, yeah, I'll watch, you know, big mutated animals eat silly people all day long. But yeah, Papa Caesar loves his Chinese food, the sweet and sour chicken. It all comes down to the fact that just as somebody who believes ghosts are real, what I dislike, and I don't dislike ghost movies. Like I love the Poltergeist trilogy, but what I do dislike is, and you get it more. It's been more prevalent in the last 20 years or so. And I am rounding off. Don't hold me to a hard year estimation here, folks. But these movies where they try to work in, at least I rescued all the civilians that time, but where they try to work in the real world type stuff. Ooh, I do like Carney. We're definitely going to play Carney here. But yeah, where they work in the real life, they try to work in the real stuff and try to make it like, oh, this is like totally, you know, we're going to go deep, and we had this whole mythos about the supernatural entity and what it is. But it's still clearly like cheaply written crap to justify, hey, we want this spirit thing to kill a bunch of people and terrorize them. You know, I despise the found footage genre. You know, I'm sorry, but I cannot watch more than a couple minutes at a time of any of the Paranormal Activity movies. Like, those movies just annoy me on so many levels. But the big thing of it all is it's just like, I don't like the found footage because they try to, the whole thing's based on the idea of they want you to believe it's real, and I'm like, look, it's a movie. Suspension of disbelief is everything that any movie should be aiming for. You want to, while you're watching the movie, get sucked into their world. That's the nature of any fiction. You lose yourself in the writing. And it's like the found footage, they try to put too much emphasis on that, and by putting so much emphasis on the, oh look, it's filmed like it's some guy carrying around his cell phone camera, or it's you know, the security footage from the building here. The downside of it is that it puts so much focus on the, oh my god, it could be real because look at the way it's filmed, just like it would be filmed if it was real. It's shoving it in your face that they're trying to make you believe it's real. And in the process, they're making it harder to suspend your disbelief. Because instead of having a well-filmed... Yeah, Agent G is just being a sarcastic butthead right now. For those people paying attention to the video sequence and the subtitles, yeah, he is just absolutely being sarcastic as all hell. And I love it. But yeah, it's like, instead of just filming something effectively and letting the strength of the script and the, in theory, special effects dictate, you know, the suspension of disbelief, you're trying to forcibly... Oh, I thought you were a civilian running away for a second. But you're trying to ham-fistedly force people to believe it's real. It's, you know, it's I'm trying to think. It's kind of like when the sports commentators are really trying to push the idea that Get my grenades for later. That, like, one team is supposed to be cheered for because, oh, they're the underdogs. And it's just, they just overemphasize it so much over and over in the commentary. That was close. He was actually running pretty quick. You know, it's, oh, this team, they've lost all season. They really need this big win. Oh, they're such a struggling team, and this team so, you know, just seems to win so easily, and it you know, sometimes it makes them arrogant, and they're just such a big name team that everybody knows to cheer for, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, dude, just let me, you know, like, just talk about what they're actually doing on the field. Don't tell me how to feel about the teams. It's a sport. I'm supposed to be deciding for myself who to cheer for. But it's that's what it all reminds me of. It's that, oh, you tell me I can't shoot him until he jumps? That's cheap. He was on screen. He should have been capable of being killed. Hitbox! Hitbox! But yeah, it's that forced narrative stuff just kills me. And that's all the found footage genre is. Oh, come on. I hit that guy in the leg. That was cheap. So yeah, I don't like... I think I said this recently on Twitter. That... Ooh, 3D model unlocked. That means that was a head I didn't find on previous playthroughs. Good times. But yeah, I'd said it on Twitter recently when somebody was asking. I put up with the Blair Witch Project. It's one of those movies, like, you know, every several years I'll give it a watch through. Because it was one of the first movies to really experiment with the idea of found footage horror. And because the concept, quick time thing real quick. Blunk. 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 Okay. Because the gimmick was something that they were trying to sell people on, because they knew it wasn't an established film technique, and because they knew they had basically no budget for special effects. You know, they did the thing where they went all in on it. Like, everything about the way they filmed the movie was... Probably should have done that, the slow-mo version for that, but oh well. Thunk. 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 Whatever. That was optional stuff. Just to improve the score, potentially. But yeah, Blair Witch is... I don't love the movie, but as I said, every so many years when I'm in the mood for it, I can watch it, and I'm like, you know, I get it. They did it this way because it was pretty much the only option they had as, you know, the independent filmmakers they were, and they went 100% all in with it. Like, nobody, even themselves when they made the sequels, ever did a found footage movie like that again, where it was like the actors were basically improvising all their dialogue, and they didn't really know what was going on. They were just reacting to what, you know, they knew it was a movie and that they weren't actually going to die, but they didn't have a full script. So much of what they were doing was just them naturally reacting, and it made everything feel right. And it's just, nobody ever does that anymore in found footage movies, because they're not done by true independent filmmakers anymore. They might be done by small studios, but it's become a thing now. It's... See, I was trying to focus. There we go. There we go. Now I feel better. But yeah, so many of them are done by like actual studios, and they're doing it because it's an established subgenre now. That they don't film it so that you feel like this is something actually happening. You're just like, okay, these are clearly actors doing what they do because this is something that's marketable, and they're trying to sell me on this movie concept. And he's quick time. Plunk. 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 And it's just not the same. It's like those god-awful Paranormal Activity movies. You know, they have that classic horror movie logic where it's like, oh, I am not allowed to believe what's going on, even though there's like all this super clear evidence right in my face, because then the movie would end in like 5 minutes. So it's all just really hackneyed and annoying, because oh, we're filming it like it's real, and we're shoving it in your face over and over that it's real, and oh my god, this other stuff you watch where people act like this is fake, but this is totally real. I mean, look, it's home security camera footage. Well, that nice health I just picked up. I lost it again. But then they act just as dumb as everybody else in a regular horror movie. So it's like, if you're not going to truly subvert the trope, then I'm sorry, don't try to claim you're anything more than what you are. And that's my problem with found footage in a nutshell. I know it sounds kind of snobby. I know it sounds, there's probably a lot of people that are going to try to disagree with me, but I'm sorry, I can't get into them, because they keep, the whole nature of the found footage genre is, this is so real, this is everything. It's not, it's not guys with Hollywood cameras. It's security cameras and cell phone footage. I'm like, but it's still clearly a fake ass Hollywood movie, because y'all are acting like a bunch of idiots in a horror movie with no survival instinct. So, I don't know. I'm annoyed. The whole concept annoys me every time I think about it. Yep. Yeah, I love how, since the House of the Dead series is owned by Sega, all the arcades games in here are Sega titles. Like, every single arcade cabinet is a legit Sega game. It's like this wonderful little meta joke. Okay, I got all my grenades, so I don't need that one. I shot you. Quit being a jerk. Alright. Oh, this is fun. It's like a little bonus round. Okay. So yeah, that guy, his little knife can technically hurt you, but still. It's like, if you don't get him, the rod will run him over instead. Boom. I'm gonna shoot you just because. Little health pack. But yeah, I do. I like the classic slashers. I like a good creature feature. Like I adore the Brendan Fraser mummy movies because you know, they're remakes of the classic Universal Mummy, but they have fun with the movie. It's like they're not. It's like, yeah, it's supposed to be kind of creepy and scary because this undead mummy's trying to conquer the world, but at the same time, they're having fun with the characters. They're having fun with some of the cliches. They know they're making a movie. They know they're making entertainment, and they're not trying to be something. It's something they're not. You know, it's like, we're a movie. We're here to entertain people. We're gonna make something entertaining. We're not gonna sit there and pretend we're making some high art documentary. We're not gonna sit there and try to reinvent the wheel and tell you that an apple is an orange. So it's a good spook movie. If you've never seen those movies, go ahead. Promise you they're so much better than that Tom Cruise thing with the female mummy that was... Ugh, I don't even know. That movie was just awful. Pretty much that entire, like, what was it they were calling it, Dark Universe, was just a mistake. And that was because, and this is another thing, this is real big right now in movies, and I'm gonna go ahead and call folks out. Boss time. But you don't need to make everything this big shared universe where it's like, oh, we're gonna make a bunch of movies with different solo heroes, and then we're gonna and we're gonna have team up movies and It made sense for what Marvel was doing with the Avengers. Part of that was because they made sure he's a conjoined twin who's been mutated. But part of it was because Marvel made sure each movie is a really solid movie in its own right. It's like they really... I mean, some of them are better than others, but like, there's no Marvel Comics universe movie that is just really bad. It's like, you know, it's like, yeah, so you gotta shoot the conjoined twin on this one. It's like, all of them you can just watch that one movie and it as its own movie if you want, and it works. Oh. It'll slow on the uptake on that one. That was my fault, folks. But yeah, and that was the mistake that I think DC made when they did theirs, more than anything. I mean, what the? I just lobbed a grenade. How did all y'all not die? Shoot, because I'm annoyed. But yeah, like, DC just assumed if they made shared universe movies that everybody would enjoy them, and they just, I don't know, like, I'm gonna try not to go on too big a rant because we're not really doing a superhero discussion here, but it's just, they made mistakes creatively with some of the movie scripts and some of... I gotta start firing quicker on those sequences. and the order in which the movies came out, because they weren't trying to copy Marvel too closely. But yeah, that was like that was the thing Universal did with the Dark Universe. Trying to bring it all back around here, folks. I promise. Is usually do better on him. I'm definitely not. As I said, this was like my Plan C game, so I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not super jazzed about playing it. Cause I'm like, I really want to show this other game to you folks. But we're still doing okay. We've only died once over, what, 4 levels? It's pretty good. But yeah, going back, the whole Dark Universe, Universal's attempt to reuse their... There we go. Got him on that one. Set himself up for a reload. Back up, back up. Got it. Got it. There we go. Now I'm feeling it. But yeah, the problem with the Dark Universe was they knew they were going to do the whole thing from the get-go. So again, it was they creatively they made mistakes because they thought they could shore up the weaknesses of a given movie with the fact that, oh, it's shared universe and it's people will forgive it because they know there's going to be a payoff of this huge team up movie later. It's going to be awesome. And I'm like, that's not the purpose. What? How was that not quick enough? I call shenanigans. They just want one more death out of me. I may get it too. Come on. Yes. But yeah, that was the problem with the Dark Universes is it's not that you can't make, Dracula movies and mummy movies in the 21st century. But it's you they try to do too much too quick because they knew deep down inside what they were building to and what they wanted the final payoff to be. And they knew they were using iconic characters. And it's just the whole thing felt forced. It was, they announced from the get-go that, the Tom Cruise Mummy movie was going to set up later movies that they had outlined and scripted and all this. And so they were putting stuff in the movie that... And he's gone. That didn't help the movie. It actually dragged the movie down because you see these sequences and you're like, they're only doing this so they can justify the next movie. They're not doing this to make this movie better. But it's okay, because we have plenty of good monster movies. You have the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies. You have Bram Stoker's Dracula. You have Shadow the Vampire, which is an excellent movie. It's kind of a meta joke type movie about the old black and white Nosferatu film. You have Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. You have Monster Squad, which is a good family-friendly movie. It's got a little bit of darkness to it, but, not so much the kids will be traumatized. And it's all good fun. Monster Squad is a great movie to watch if you've never seen it. Look for it online. But I think we're going to call it here, folks. We got a good, 75 minutes here. We're just going to let this cut sequence play. We'll go ahead and say that because I did record this episode in advance, my plans, now that I've finished recording, is I'm going to give a little bit of a shout out here and a cheap plug. I am going with the esteemed Kelly to Haunted Montrose, which is an excellent haunted house attraction. It has been running as of 2020 for 13 years, and I have gone every year except the first year. It is a tradition. It is a wonderfully done thing, and I encourage everybody who is in my part of the world to go check it out if you have never checked it out. And if you're not in my part of the world, go look up online where your nearest haunted house attractions are, especially any one of them that have been running for multiple years, because haunted houses are a great thing to do in the Halloween season. As far as Halloween night itself, I do have a Halloween party I will be going to. So, yes, we are going to have our fun holiday. Can I have a lollipop? Yes. Because everybody wants a lollipop. Some more power to anybody who is going to embrace the Halloween spirit and have fun on the holiday. Oh, I didn't even get a grade that time? Ugh, that's what happens when you die, and yeah, my accuracy was horrible. Oh well. But that was about half of House of the Dead Overkill. Yeah, because that's 4. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels, but the 5th one's pretty much just one big boss fight and a lot of story sequence. So I don't know. Maybe next year we will do the back half of this game. Am I going to make you wait a whole year for the sequel? I just might. How scary is that? I'm evil. But seriously, folks, I appreciate everybody for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed all of the Halloween thematic stuff we did. Enjoy your Halloween night. Come November 1st, we are all going to start the march to Thanksgiving, which is another excellent holiday. And I will continue to put out wonderful videos along with my partner right here on Roulette Productions. So subscribe so you can get alerted every time a new video goes live. We're going to keep doing this, so I hope you keep watching. Have a happy holiday, have a safe holiday, and embrace it, because at the end of the day, folks, you only get one life. So don't let a few things like a real-world plague epidemic prevent you from enjoying the time you got. Throw on a sheet with some holes cut in it, run around, tell people boo, and if you get some candy for it, more power. Happy Halloween, everybody.